Hey there, and welcome. If you're a new parent, I know you're navigating a whole world of firsts. Well, today, we're going to tackle a big one, your baby's very first bath. Let's dive right in.
So does the idea of bathing this tiny, slippery little human make your palms sweat? Yeah? Well, you are so not alone. It's one of the most common anxieties for new parents, but don't you worry, we are going to break it all down.
And look, this really is the key thing to remember. This quote from the Mayo Clinic just says it perfectly. It might feel a little intimidating right now, but I promise, you really will get the hang of it, and before you know it, it'll just be second nature.
Okay, so here's our game plan to get you feeling like a pro. We'll start by talking about those jitters, then we'll build your bath time toolkit. We'll walk through the main event step by step, cover some special skin and hair care, figure out what to do if your baby hates the bath, and finally, talk about how this is really a moment to bond.
All right, let's just tackle those first bath jitters head on. Look, the goal here is simple. We want to turn what feels like this big, scary task into a calm, positive, and maybe even joyful experience for both of you.
Okay, first things first, let's just take a little bit of the pressure off, shall we? You do not need to give your newborn a bath every single day. Actually, the Mayo Clinic says bathing them too often can dry out their incredibly delicate skin. So about 3 times a week is perfect until they're a bit more mobile.
Okay, up next, let's talk about your bath time toolkit. Honestly, the secret to a smooth, stress-free bath is having every single thing you need right there within arm's reach before you even start the water.
So here's what you're going to want to have ready. A nice hooded towel to keep them cozy, some soft washcloths, and, this part is really important, a mild, fragrance-free baby soap and shampoo. Their skin is so sensitive, so simple is always better. Then, of course, a little rinse cup, a baby bathtub, and a clean diaper and fresh clothes waiting for them.
All right, let's talk water temperature. The magic number you're aiming for, according to the experts, is right around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or 38 degrees Celsius. That's kind of the sweet spot. Not too hot, not too cold. Just perfect for keeping your baby comfortable and safe.
But hey, what if you don't have a special thermometer for the bath? Don't worry about it. You can just use the classic elbow test. See, the skin on your elbow is more sensitive than your hand. Just dip your elbow in. If the water feels basically neutral, not hot, not cool, you're good to go. It's a super simple trick, and it works every time.
Okay, this is actually pretty fascinating. Let's talk about something called vernix. That's that kind of cheesy, waxy white stuff that's on their skin when they're born. Well, Brigham and Women's Hospital says to just leave it be. It's like nature's perfect moisturizer and protector, so there is absolutely no need to scrub it off in those first few baths. It's actually good for them. All right, it is time for the main event. Let's walk through the 2 main ways you'll be bathing your newborn. First, the sponge bath, and then that big milestone, the first real tub bath.
So you're probably wondering, which bath do I give and when? Well, the American Academy of Pediatrics makes it really simple. You're going to stick with sponge baths until that little umbilical cord stump falls off on its own. That keeps the area dry so it can heal up nicely. And then, once it's off, you can graduate to the real deal, a proper tub bath.
Okay, so for that sponge bath, here's the play-by-play. Get a warm, flat surface ready with a towel, wrap your baby up all snug and cozy, and only uncover the little part of them you're washing at that moment. For their face, just use a damp cloth, no soap needed. Then use a little bit of mild soap for their body, and make sure to get into all those cute little neck and leg rolls. Always wash the diaper area last. And the golden rule here, keep that umbilical cord stump totally dry.
And then, the big day, the first tub bath. You just need about 2 inches of that nice warm water. Cradle their head and neck with one arm so they feel really secure, and then gently lower them in, feet first. Wash them from top to bottom. And here it is, the single most important rule of bath time. You need to have one hand on your baby at all times. Never, ever, ever leave them alone in the water, not even for a split second. Okay, so once you've got the bath down, you might notice a few little things with their skin. It's totally normal. So let's talk about some special care for that super delicate newborn skin and hair. So if you noticed your baby's skin is a little on the dry side, here is an awesome pro tip. Right after the bath, you pat them dry, and while their skin is still a little bit damp, put on a gentle, unscented moisturizer. You want to do it within about 3 minutes. They call it the 3-minute rule, and it is amazing for locking that moisture in. Another thing you might see is something called cradle cap, those kind of flaky or greasy-looking patches on their scalp. Now, it can look a little weird, but it is totally, completely harmless. The American Academy of Dermatology says you can shampoo a little more often, maybe every other day. You can also gently massage some baby oil onto their scalp before the bath to soften things up, and then use a soft baby brush to gently lift away any loose flakes. The key here is to be super gentle. No scratching, no picking.
Okay, but what happens when you do everything by the book and your baby still hates bath time? I mean, really hates it. It happens. So let's go over some parent-tested tips and tricks to make tub time tear-free.
So it all comes down to creating a positive routine. First, make sure the bathroom is nice and warm. Then, try singing a special bath time song, or just talk to your baby in a really calm, happy voice. What you're doing is building this positive vibe around the whole experience, so it feels safe and fun, not scary. And here's a tip that so many parents say is a total game changer. Try bathing with your baby. That skin-to-skin contact is just so powerful. It provides this incredible sense of comfort and security that can completely transform a scary experience into a really soothing one. And this all leads to a really important point. Bath time is about so much more than just getting your baby clean. So let's stop thinking of this as a chore and start seeing it for what it really is, a moment to bond.
I mean, this quote from Medical News Today just hits the nail on the head. This is your dedicated, quiet time to connect. Your gentle touch, the sound of your reassuring voice, all of that not only calms your baby down, it's also helping their little brain grow and strengthening that amazing bond between you two. Hey, remember how you felt at the beginning? A little nervous? Just remember, you are going to find your rhythm with this. With a bit of practice and a whole lot of love, bath time really can become one of the most cherished parts of your day. Seriously, you've got this.
So, I want to leave you with this one thought. Beyond just getting clean, how are you going to make bath time your special ritual? What silly songs are you going to sing? What little games will you play? Because that's where the real magic happens.
Parenting is a journey, and you're doing wonderfully. If these tips helped you feel more confident, please like the video, subscribe to Tiny Humans 101, and share it with other new parents.